3 M-Flares in less than 12 hours, each one bigger than the next. Plus, a really large ribbon of plasma or a coronal mass ejection. But is it headed our way? Stay tuned to find out. Alright, welcome back. And as I'm sure most of my regular subscribers and followers know, if you follow lately, you know that I'm only coming on if it's something significant and important. Because I've been working my butt off literally nowadays. I'm just a back with a crack. So here I am. As we can tell, obviously we have 3 of them. One in each one is getting bigger than the previous one. But what does this one have? She got a fat butt. And when that girl got a fat butt, you know there's coronal mass ejection. Let's go check it out. So we're going to jump on over here to SolarHam. And we were right here actually at Solar Dynamics Observatory. It's at spaceweatherlive.com. Anybody can go here and you can go through the stuff and take a look at the tools. So where did it come from? It came from 3429, which is Beta Gamma Delta, which is actual, very probable, an X-flare could happen from it. 3429 is directly Earth facing us right here. It's extremely complex. You got a lot of positive and negative interactions going on there. If we zoom in just, I don't know if it'll let me get any more. No, that's about as tight as I can get to it. You can see the positive and negatives right next to each other and a lot of intermingling fields of positive and negativity going on, and it's facing right at us, and that's where it came from. Okay, so one of the other things, I did come here and look at the open tracker, but it's not really, it's not up to date yet, to be honest with you. So what do? I go and I just look up the data myself. Like, okay, so here we are. We're over here at ISWA, iswa.gsfc.nasa.gov, and you can look at all of these tools. This is something I do on a regular basis. So the first thing we're going to look at here is we're going to look at the SDO and 95 angstroms of light. And if we jump up to, this is the one from earlier this morning. This is not quite the liftoff that we're looking for, but the very next one, which is this one right here. Now, if you look right here, this is the ribbon of plasma. Okay, it's right here as well. You can look over here at the 193 angstroms. You can see this big ribbon of plasma. Now, from here, this is what got me going, well, what's going on here? Because you can see movement, and when you can see a lot of movement in the 94 angstrom, that means something significant just happened. So that got me very interested. So I came over here and I actually saw this last night. I saw this ribbon. I've been watching it the last couple days because it's pretty large, and I recognized that it could lift off because it had a lot of spinning and rotation movement going on. And we'll just start kind of, see what I mean? It's been doing that the last couple of days. I've been noticing it going around in a circle this way. And as I started watching, I'm like, it could lift off. Now watch. Here we're going to have that flare. Now here's the flare. This is the interesting part. The flare happens, not a lot of punch in the flare itself, but because this ribbon of plasma was kind of dancing over it, it was enough to kick it loose and say, okay, let her rip, tater chip. And there it goes, and it shoots it off. And it's a pretty good chunk of the sun. Look at all that movement. It goes from, it affects from up here all the way down here. See all that movement? That is a lot. That's a lot of plasma, folks. That's a lot of movement, a lot of after effects. You can see all the different colors, and it's like a wave, and it's just really wild looking. So, of course, that's not going to satisfy me because it all looks like it's kind of going this way, right? Well, no. I did see it this morning, like I said. I did not want to jump the gun. I wanted to try and get more data, try and have more tools that would have the imagery available. Now, here at 304, let me shrink it down just a smidgen. Here at 304, we can watch that plasma lift off again. There's the pop right there. Boom. And we see all that plasma just kind of, now look it down here. Check this out. This thing comes down and it swings around. Watch. Whoosh. You see that whip? So we may not necessarily get a bite from the dragon's teeth, but we could still feel the crack of the dragon's tail, if that makes any sense. So we could, with that kind of an angular upward flip, I'm going to say, yeah, we've got some coming at us. Now, it may not be like I said, it's not going to be the majority of it, but even looking at this, it's hard to see, like, okay, for sure, because all you can see, the farthest you can see it coming is like right about here. However, I'm like, well, that's not satisfying enough, so what did I do? I come over here to the GOES 16304, where I can see it even better. Now, the first thing I want to take note of for everybody to watch, check this out. So right here was the flare, and here's our ribbon. What are these little dots? You guys see that? Now, those of you who have been following me, I've actually shown this on other tools and satellites that we have, where it looks like UFOs are coming out of the flares. Because when you go to the next frame, all of a sudden it's gone. Isn't that interesting? I find that interesting. Anyway, so check it out. I'm going to back this up a little bit. Now, this is where we're going to see that we're definitely got a coronal mass ejection coming. Watch the plasma. You see that? You see the crack of the dragon's tail? You see it whipping around? Now, watch over to the left side of your screen a little bit. Oh, right here. Look at this. See it moving? That thing flung it all the way over here. So it came cracking around this way. So it went in all directions. It went everywhere. Look at that. You see it? Now do you see a little bit better now out of your periphery? If you're looking smack in the middle of the sun, right where my cursor is, I don't know how good, hopefully y'all's peripheral vision is as good as mine. I can see it coming around everywhere. I can see it coming up this way. I can see it coming down this way, off to the side. Granted, most of it's going this way, but we are going to take a punch. I don't know how big the punch is going to be, but we're going to take a punch. Hopefully it's just a grazing on the chin, but we're going to get some of that. That's too significant. And even when you look over here, you can see it whip up. Look at that. Whoosh, it whips up. Yeah, we're getting some, folks. Don't know how long it's going to take. Give it about 3 to 5 days. So I'm going to say maybe around the 19th to the 20th. Now, of course, that not being good enough for me, I wanted to look at LASCO C2 and LASCO C3. First things first, I do want to take note of, look at this. We got a little friend here, and we got a friend here. Right around the same time. So yesterday at 23:36, it was on LASCO C2, and then at 18 minutes past midnight. So what is that? 48 minutes, 42 minutes later, he's over here. That's interesting. Anyways, let's look at LASCO C2 and see what happens. Now there is some time missing, folks. Of course, I'll zoom in, kind of show you to you. There you go. Here's our little friend and his little trail of la 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 coming out behind him, propulsion, whatever you want to call it. Now getting up to where our eruption is, here it is. Here we go. All right, LASCO C2, you can see that's odd. And then we're missing 2 hours. So from 5:48 to 7:36, 2 hours worth of data missing basically. Who knows what happened? But as we can see, we got stuff going up to the upper left, to the right, down below, and you can also see this little ring. It kind of goes around over here. If you follow the impact, you see that little halo. It's not a perfect hit because there's like multiple. It just whips around in so many different fashions that it's hard to follow. Now this is the last frame. That's it, 1100. Well, it should be at like 5 p.m. right now. There's 6 hours ahead of us, so it's 10:14. Add 6, so it should be 1400. So there's 3 hours missing here. I don't know why they're so far behind, but that's pretty confirmed to me on LASCO C2 and then LASCO C3 as well. We have the same, guess what? Missing data. As we move forward, here comes that time. Oh, where did it go? There we go. 7:42 to 5:42, 2 hours. What happened? Where'd that time go? Who knows? But here we go, and there it stops. Isn't it funny? 11:06, and this one was 11 o'clock. So 6-minute difference. 2 different satellites, and we still got the same kind of weird, strange anomaly. I wonder what's going on. But we got one here and one here. It's not caught up enough for us to see the rest of it. But I will keep an eye on it. Now, what I did is I went over and I checked out NOAA's and the Enlil spiral and they're not showing anything coming our way. But I did come over to the European Space Agency. A lot of people discredit this, or they discount it. They don't even think about it. And they're actually showing by tomorrow at noon, UTC time, which would be 6 a.m. here in the United States, Central Time, about 50 centimeters cubed worth of plasma coming at us. Now that is supposedly from one that launched off on the 14th. That's coming at us. However, and this is the other thing I like about the ISWA, or European Space Station, they show multiple layers. So like if one fires off here or this way, it will register. So this will be interesting. We'll see when they get caught up on this. And if there's any other updates, I promise you I will let you know. Eyes open, no fear, and remember that love is the only way forward. Solar Wolf out.